She stood there with trembling hands and tear-filled eyes, begging strangers for help, but no one stopped. People walked past her as if she didn't exist, even though her mother was fighting for her life just a few steps away. Just when hope was about to disappear, the sound of roaring engines broke the silence of the night. What happened next would prove that heroes don't always look the way we expect, and that kindness can come from the most unexpected places. The engines were still warm when the bikers pulled over. Laughter faded, helmets came off, and the road returned to silence. Then, footsteps. Fast. Uneven. A little girl ran toward them, tears streaking her face, her chest heaving as she cried out, "Please! They're beating my mama!" The words hit harder than any crash. Conversations stopped. Every biker froze. This was not fear from a movie. This was real panic. In that moment, none of them saw a child. They saw responsibility. One of the bikers knelt down, steadying his voice, asking her where. She pointed with a shaking hand, unable to speak through the sobs. The road behind them no longer mattered. The ride no longer mattered. Only one thing did: someone needed help, and time was running out. Up close, they saw it clearly. Her hands were shaking, her clothes were dusty. Her eyes kept darting back, terrified someone might be following her. This was not a story rehearsed. This was survival. The leader of the group met her eyes and understood instantly. Children don't cry like this unless something is truly wrong. He gently placed his jacket around her shoulders and told her, "You did the right thing." Those words slowed her breathing. Just a little. She turned and started running again, and without a single command, the bikers followed. Not as riders, as protectors. They reached a warm-down building, its door half open. From inside, raised voices. A crash. A woman's cry cut short. The bikers exchanged a look. No shouting, no rushing, just control. They stepped in together, boots heavy against the floor, filling the space with presence alone. The air was thick with fear. This was no longer about courage. This was about stopping something that should never happen. She was on the floor, bruised, bleeding. But even then she tried to stand, not for herself, for her child. Her eyes locked onto her daughter, and relief flooded her face. She was alive. She was safe. One biker knelt beside her, calm and respectful, telling her help was there now. In her silence was strength. In her pain was dignity. She was not weak. She was surviving. The attackers didn't expect this. They backed away, not because of threats, but because authority had entered the room. The bikers didn't yell. They didn't need to. Their discipline spoke louder than fists ever could. In seconds, control was restored. The balance of power was gone. The bikers restrained the attackers, ensuring no one else was hurt. Police were called. Evidence was secured. This wasn't about teaching a lesson through violence. This was about ending it properly, responsibly, because real strength knows when to stop. From behind a doorway, the little girl watched. Her crying slowed. Her shoulders relaxed. For the first time that day, she felt safe. Her mother was being helped. The shouting was gone. The fear was fading. Heroes didn't look like they did in cartoons. They wore leather jackets and spoke softly. No one gave orders. Everyone knew their role. This was brotherhood, not just among themselves, but extended to strangers in need. They stood not as bikers, but as men with a code. When it was over, they didn't wait for thanks. As they turned to leave, the little girl ran forward and hugged one biker's leg. She whispered, "Thank you for saving my mama." No roar of engines could drown that moment. Long after they rode away, people talked about that day. Not about the fight, but about the choice. A choice to stop, to care, to protect. And the little girl never forgot the day strangers became her guardians. That night, a little girl learned a lesson she would never forget, that kindness is not defined by appearances, and heroes don't always wear clean clothes or gentle smiles. While many walked away, those everyone feared chose to stand up and help.